Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Hello, 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 hello. Here we go. How are you? Hello, 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 hello. Here we go. Here we go again. Ah, 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 here we go again. All right. Cute. Listen. Oh my gosh. Here you go. Not the feedback. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Here we go again. All right. Q, you just called in. So when you get a chance, I think put the buckles in the chat. Put the buckles in the chat if you no longer can hear the feedback. When I came down. I tell you, this is crazy. Um, oh, well, first, while you are here, I just want to acknowledge those that are here. Thank you so much. Right, so we have thank you, Mel MC reviews. Hey, okay, all right. The puck was in the chat, so that means that we are no longer. All right, good. Not just over here forcing me to be on camera. Yes, yes, because it's interview mode, sir. Exactly. Yes, it's interview mode. Okay, so that's why I was asking you. You know what I mean? Make it do what it do, baby. Put some shea butter on and come on up here. This is not StreamYard. This is Ecamm Live, you guys. You know what I mean? So all right. Anyway, I'm not even gonna keep you so long, but it's so funny. Let me say that's right. Put the buckles in the chat. Put the buckles in the chat. I just want a couple here because I do want to. This is some news you can use. All right. So not everybody got a busy day. Like I have a busy day. Doing other things. Nah, he said. That's no problem. Anyway, that's all right. That's all right. All right. So, like the busy, everybody, be busy doing their thing. So, so not everything, is yeah. But make sure when you come in here, make sure you put the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I do go live. And I'm sorry about that feedback. I was on the phone doing things and I wasn't paying attention. I need to pay attention a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? All right, but I'm here. Okay, so Q say I'm here. Hey, nigga, think I could be. All right, so you thought you could be on here all native and ish, but it is what it is. All right, so thank you for those that are here and listening and those that's watching in the replay. Let me tell you real quick. So I do want to shout out to the BRAT, okay, and Judy and their blessing. The BRAT is pregnant. She is with child at 48. She is 48 years of age, and shout out to her. And I just want to send her peace and blessing, baby moon, and all those good things because um, reading her social media, you can go over to her social media because, you know what I'm saying, you go over there. You can go over there yourself. But reading her social media, she was able to say, yes, congrats to them. She said that her being a mother, she never thought that would ever happen. And you know what? I'm so glad that they are having a family and they are happy. So nothing but love and peace and joy. And she looks beautiful. She is glowing. So top tier to that. All right. All right. So another thing I want to go into. Look, I don't even have my microphone hooked up. So put another popcorn in the chat if you can definitely hear me well. Okay. Look, sis been, you know what I'm saying, going through some things. All right, good. So listen, so congrats to them. All right, so moving on news you could use. Uh, all right, so yeah, so all right, so there was a question pending. Will it bring her and Lisa together? I wonder. And um, maybe not. Maybe a little bit more cordial. Maybe they will reach out on the sake of her knowing that her sister um is being a new mother. So it may be a cordial situation like that. Sometimes just because someone like a beautiful thing like a baby don't always bring things together. So yeah, there was one on the top trending on the YouTube today. That was one of the top trending moment on YouTube today. They're a beautiful couple. They are, and they have found their happiness and their joy in their relationship. So shout out to them again, and blessings to their baby. Their baby to be healthy and happy, and they continue to nurture their relationship, nurture their baby. So nothing but prosperity for them. Uh, so another thing that is some news you could use. All right, so real quick on Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, I watched the season. I didn't give any commentary or anything like that because everybody and their mama is is covering it. But from my perspective, let me say, so I give this season a hard, strong 6.5. And the reason why it's over the 5 mark is because of Candace and the Grand Dame. Okay, I just love them. And Wendy. Okay. And so so um what I give the overall season, like I said, I give it a strong 6 maybe. All right, I'm giving it a 6. All right, and probably because Candace, she held her own. However, let me tell you, you can go ahead and look it because I'm not going to look it up. I'm not doing all that homework for you. I'm sure you already do probably. So if you didn't, just go ahead and look it up on Bravo. They wore blue this time, so that's why I got on blue. Y'all got on blue, so we can talk about Real Housewives, so we can be in solidarity with them. But just thinking about what they had. Uh, okay, all of them look really nice. Okay, some better than others. So I would say, um, and just like as a woman, we always like when we go dress shopping, we always sit up there and be like, hey, let's dress shopping. And on the rack, it'd be like a Mona Lisa, like I mean, like, but when you put it on, it's like, oh, okay, I'm wearing it, I'm eating this, right? So what I can say is, for the whole thing, everybody I would say look really nice. I can say standing up, Wendy asymmetrical. I say that Wendy standing up was given. I love the way she looked while it was standing up. I love the way Karen looked. However, something was missing. So I think she was like in third. Um, I didn't like Robin's color of blue, and it looks like Dave's bridal. Not listen, not knocking Dave's bridal. Okay, that's where I got my wedding dress. Okay, many moons ago. But it wasn't giving, like glam, too much glam. It was giving, bridesmaid, with that, and that blue wasn't really giving. But she still looked nice. Giselle with that over the titty meat. Oh my gosh, child. I love with the gloves. I love that look, but not her look. And I think her hair was frizzed out a little bit. So and you know what? Yes. So I'm getting some agreements about yes, and it was the doing the vagina for me. So you know what? I was before I even. That's why I don't like to look at people before the reunion. Yes, I agree. The reunion was better than the whole season. My issue That's why I don't like to look at people reactions before I do my own reaction if I'm going to give one. And I did look at a content creator reaction, and we had the same sentiment. So it seemed, but I'm gonna tell you what they said. I feel like in, I feel like who was the MVP? I'm gonna go with. Oh, let me finish. You know what? You know me. I'm all over the place with the thoughts. Let me finish with the dresses. Wendy looks great standing up, gorgeous. Um, Wendy looked great standing up. And I'm going to say that was my best standing up. Karen looks great. Like I said, I'm sorry, I misused the analogy with Mona Lisa. Like, from far away, it looks good, but up front is a big old mess. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really, the way it was fitting her, great. It looked really great. Um, Mia was giving me, woman of a certain age, mother of the bride dress. I mean, that's just me, okay? I mean, that's what she was giving to me. Second lead, I mean, I don't know what Ashley was giving me showgirl, I guess. I don't know. Like Vegas showgirl from the 90s. I don't know. But overall, and Candace standing up, the dress looked that good, but not really. When she started walking, you can see it's like you could see it was like glued on in rows or something like that. It just wasn't too good. All right, so I would give them overall cohesively as an ensemble, as looking good. I would say all the ladies overall look good. Um, I would give them a 7.5. Okay. Okay, I will give them a 7.5. Now, sitting down, Wendy dress really wasn't given at this when it was sitting down. Okay, Candace dress was way too much sitting down, and again, you can see, her dress where it was not full. Like it seemed like they was like tape, like they glued rows and rows of the faux feather or whatever like that. So it wasn't really. Um, Again, Giselle sitting down with the titty meat going across with with the bling over the titty meat. I mean, I just wasn't, what I'm saying? I did not like that. It didn't look good. I mean, her face is beautiful, but in the way the dress fit really well, but it was ugly with the gloves and those just embellished. You know what I mean? And again, I didn't like uh Ashley's hair. Her hair looked like a helmet. Okay, it looked like it was a helmet on her head. It was looking really heavy. Okay, um, so let me see what they were saying. Yes, hey popcorn. Hey, you look beautiful. Just showing my support. Hey, how are you? Glad that you are here. So let me see. I'm glad that all right. So since you are here supporting me, I want you to go ahead and put the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell when you come in so you know when I'm live. And give me your feedback on what overall, how do you give Real Housewives of Potomac? One popcorn is great, all the way up to 4 popcorns. What did you give it? And your take on how to name it. Yes, the blue was given feather duster. It was. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to All Things Popcorn. Thank you. Yes, meet it up here. Welcome to here. So, overall, like I said, in sitting down, like I said, something when when we've been here long before, okay? When you are at these reunions, when you are at these reunions, not only do you have the dress have to look good, the whole cohesive look, like your face beat, the hair, and everything like that. Um, you gotta, you gotta say, oh, when you try to dress, you be like, ooh, okay, and then you gotta say, all right, like, how I look when I'm sitting down. Okay, how I look when I'm walking, because when Candace was walking, it was given, it was not. Okay, it was given, yeah, exactly, feather dustbuster. Okay, and then when she sat down, you could see it was like square, rectangle. It just go back and look for a second. All right. All right, so let me move on from what they were wearing. You already got my what they were wearing. I'll say overall ensemble, I give them like a 8. Because they all look good overall, but they could do better. Okay. They are the least looking good. No, I'm gonna say Salt Lake City. They be looking a hot mess. Okay. All right, so the season. So like I said, I would give Candace a MVP for the season. I would give her that. But I do think once again, as I was about to say before, that I feel like she does things too far. She already won. Like she already was the MVP of this checking Giselle and stuff like that, and calling her on her stuff that she's been getting away with it way too long about how they just been letting her just get away with certain things too long. Hey, Levon, hey, um, and getting away with things too long. But I think when she was, checking her, telling her that yes, um, calling Giselle on her gaslighting was like, well, he sent me a text and he wanted to come to my room. And you know what? Robin, shut up. Because I think she'd be like, well, let me insert myself in a way so I can feel relevant. Okay, first of all, sis, the good sis, you always will be relevant. You're just not really good for this show. You relevant in life, relevant as an individual, as a woman, relevant, but as a cast member, as talent, no, no. Okay? But congratulations to you and Juan or whatever like that, okay? So secondly, when you do, when she did call, I love when Candace was calling her on her gaslighting. She told her like, hey, um, you gaslighting. He did was in my DM saying it's in. I'm still like Andy, and everybody was like, no. He was just apologizing, saying if he hurt you, then he apologized if he made you feel any kind of way. And once again, she tried to do the spin like she did it. Season before, it was Chris. She don't feel comfortable. Next season, it was Eddie. Then the other season, like Eddie smiles too much. Like, what the funk? And now this season, Chris. So my thing is that there should be something about the talent that they can come up with a storyline, which is fine, because we all know they're fake anyway now at this point. But it should not be in a way that it impedes on somebody's livelihood and their credibility. You know, it should not impede on their credibility. And this is where I don't feel like I can't watch a show like that. It's no longer entertaining for me when stuff like this peel over into somebody's livelihood. Stop saying like he made me feel uncomfortable and he a sneaky link. This is somebody's husband. And I understand why he said I'm giving him all the smoke. And he has a right to, defend himself and call her out on her BS. And I swear I am really going to have a problem if and when he does do that. If Giselle go with the same thing like she did, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. He making me feel and want to have security and all that stuff. That is really, truly is going to be problematic. You know what I'm saying? So, I really do. So, I think it should be fun with a little shade. I don't think it should be always about how can we, bring down someone who has the most, why are we not, and another thing why I say Candace was the MVP, I do think that she goes too far. She did not have to say anything about her dwindling vagina, because as a woman, that is something that's very important. That's very important in heart, and it goes to heart for me because she had to get a hysterectomy and I had to get one to try to prevent myself from getting cancer. So that's a very, you know, but she could have leaned into that. She could have leaned into where she is, how does she take care of herself, give some something in there but she doesn't have anything going on with her life. And I think that she's such a trash individual on the show, probably not outside the show because it's a talent, trash individual on the show, that she probably can't get a suitable suitor, a real life suitor, because of all the craziness that she spilled on the show. Like, it's overproduced. And they're talking about what story? Like she did not have one. She did not have one. So the thing about it is that not only did she not have a storyline, you know, um, it's like she's getting bitter and bitter and overly producing. We don't need too many bone collectors. We want entertain. We want to be entertained at the same time, but not feeling like things to be cringeworthy with that fake relationship that she had with her ex. Where is he? And I think that she has a fake relationship right now with Winter House guy. But anyway, that's neither here. But when I said, you know, who had the real story? Candace. Okay. Candace had, she started her music. She's talking about her, she did talk about, her, it's about her music, the video, how she's progressing, how her man, how her husband are, navigating through his work, her work, and her talking about freezing her eggs. I mean, like this was all a good storyline for her. Okay, but and I think that and that's one of the reasons why like she did have like she is like upping the ante every year, and it feel like it's organic. Whereas even Ashley could have just leaned on the divorce, what she was going to do on her hair. But you know what? She probably can't get her husband, her old boy on the show no more because he tired of their asses. That man would go with his unlikable self. He would be on the reunion, red, sweating, looking like he had a unitary about to cry. And the thing about it was like, at this point, it really should be something in the contract or about the talent that they need to stop planting these stories that is like tearing these marriages apart. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's so funny, Q. Listen, honestly, he would come on. He would be at the reunion looking like a sweaty raw hot dog, like seriously, like a sweaty piece of luncheon meat ham. Well, anyway, I'm not even gonna go. I'm not even that. Those are my 2 cents. I think that Candace on this part one, um, actually was the MVP, but she could have been, top tier MVP if she didn't really go too hard, like with the, talking about, Giselle, Lady Regis or whatever like that. Hello, Andrea Nelson. Thank you for coming in. Make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe when you come in here. So that was, so just tell me, I mean, continue in the chat or those on the replay game. What are your thoughts about the show? And do you think that going forward in these we already know that they have a storyline. Like, we all know about these stories. We all know that they come out and they want to come up with a story and things like that. But it should be like an organic story. They should have something going on, something or make something going on in their life. Okay, her hair, just like every hue has fall under the wayside. Won't she come out with something else then? Maybe a scare cutting line. Maybe something like for college for the neck woman or something like that. Something that she can lean into. And I'm glad that we really didn't see her house this season because what I'm saying. And honestly, I do. Oh, and before I go. I honestly, this is a great thought right here. I like when the housewives work together. Exactly. They are co-workers. They are the talent. It's okay to have riff and piff back and forth. But the riff and piff between Mia and Wendy was really over the top. I feel like Mia was trying so hard to say, look, I'm going to be the villain and I'm going to do this and I'm going to own to my things like that she's very unlikable. And it makes it cringeworthy to watch the show. But I kind of low key believed her about her business, about having managing partners and then a board and stuff like that. I can see that, but she's out here living a renter's life. Why are you just because you buy coastal? That don't mean you can rent an Airbnb when you go. And she said, "Girl, when she said buy coastal, she said the Carolinas. That is all on the same coast." I can see if you say, yeah, when we, when we go to Turks and Caicos or Mexico, or, you know what I'm saying, or when we go to Paris, or Santorini, you know what I'm saying, or Costa Rica, or Hawaii. Then I could be like, oh, okay, you have these houses, but sis, you out here renting and renting and renting, but and then you have these businesses which were looking like they were dope businesses to have. And now look at y'all. And we want to see real life. We don't want to see fugazi. We're not dumb. And that's another thing. They really be thinking we dumb here. And I like when the housewives work together. The housewives can work together, and then it can benefit if the men low key the husbands work together too, because that gives a check for their wives to have. Okay? And that can secure the bag. All right. But yeah, I'm telling you, Mia this season, I believe some of the things how she was breaking down how the business going. But you know what? But my liar meter, I don't know. I don't know. The liar meter, I don't know. Yes. Yes. Hey!
Hey.
How are you? I'm sorry, I'm turning off the TV real quick. So, you saw that did you chime in?
What's up? What's up?
Oh. Hey.
So I didn't see the reunion, but I did see the whole season.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you though, is there any indication yet that Robin is going to be
If
what
she was gonna be.
happened?
So I haven't heard anything. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything on the blogs. He's saying that there's an echo. Say something, Levante.
Hey y'all. Is that me?
I don't know. Okay, can we say something again? Make sure it is. Are we still echoing? Oh, Levon has an echo. Make sure that you don't have us open in your like the channel open that you were just doing. Remember how you were just doing it in the chats? So maybe you have to close that out. Okay, you muted yourself.
What
Hello?
about now?
What about now? Microphone checker 1 2. What about now? Go ahead, speak, Levon.
Is it better?
I can't hear you echoing from my part, but they said that you're echoing.
Still?
I don't know. No, I don't see anything in the chat that you still did. So let us know if he's still in the chat. Oh my God, echo! All right. Do you have me on in the back? Like you don't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. It says sound okay. Mel said it sounds good to him. All right, maybe we fixed it. All right, good. All right, so great. So you all right? So what is your sentiments? All right, about all right. So before you go, make sure you say your congratulatory. Your congratulate. Make sure you say your congrats to the BRAT and Judy.
Yes. Congratulations, Brett and Judy. I had a crush on her when I was younger. So.
Which one? Oh, the BRAT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's still bad. Okay, let me go down.
Okay. Go down and then come back. Okay. All right. So while he is doing those things, um, we are saying thank you to the. Oh yeah, we're just saying congratulations to the. All right. So anyway, we're not going to talk about. Um. All right. So let's go ahead and see. Hello.
Hi.
So the echo was not over here for us. So
Yeah, I hear you fine.
yeah, I hear you fine too. That's crazy. Um,
Oh
oh
no.
no. Hold on, wait a minute. Something is over here telling me something. Interview. Ooh, it's saying woo child. Hold on. Let me see if you solo. Let me get you on here solo. All right, now go ahead and talk.
Welcome to the
To the
library.
library. Ask them. Can they see you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you. All right. So, all right. One more thing. Is he all right? Put the popcorn in the chat if he is still echoing.
All
All
right,
right,
never
never
mind.
mind.
Let me
Let me
just
just
go.
go.
You go on with
Go
your
on with your
show.
show.
We'll
Okay.
talk. I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry. All
Bye,
right.
y'all.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. I don't know. We was working out some things, but it is what it is. It is echoing. So, all right, I'm back. Okay. So, hopefully it's my camera is going to go ahead and it's going to let's see if it's no. You did try. Thank you. I appreciate you, though. You know I appreciate you. All right. So, but he did say that he watched the season, but he didn't watch the reunion. So make sure you watch the reunion. Um, but the question that I do remember that you were going to ask is, um, damn, what was you about to ask? Oh, about Robin. I haven't heard anything about her being fired. She is married now, so she do have a storyline to go on with that. But however, I do think that she should have been. I think she should be demoted. I don't think that she should be able to. I don't think that she have anything to give us from. She don't live in Potomac. Juan is whatever. But yeah, so we're gonna just move on for her from that. Okay. All right. So before I close this out, I know I've been on here for 33 minutes, and this is some news you could use. But if you are into, first of all, we all know that he did. Yes, and definitely he did. He slept with that woman. Heard her. Okay? Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. Skylar is going to be a new housewife. You know what? I wouldn't mind if they bring her back. So, yeah. So I really watched them bring her back, but I don't know if I'm going to be. I think I'm gonna go ahead and popcorn Eminem, Giselle, Robin. Okay, yes. I'm glad that you brought that up. I did hear about that. Eminem is suing them because he have trademarked Shady and they have their Reasonable Shady podcast. I don't know how well they podcast doing. It's probably doing is the equivalent to my podcast or whatever like this. I don't know, but I haven't uploaded anything in a long time about on my podcast. But that will be going. That will be a stop right there. However, the Reasonable Shady is being, sued for copyright infringement, and Let me see. Something's going on. All right, there we go. For copyright infringement, and and his daughter has a podcast too, and she used shady, but that's his baby. So we'll see how they're going to say reason to be shady. I guess they're going to be reasonably, who knows, bitter. I don't know. The bitter broads. I don't know. BBs. That's what I'm saying. So you notice how when she went from being Robin's friend to Candace's friend, child, what? Shady belongs to me. So no, Slim Shady. He has trademarked that, so therefore they cannot use it. So I think it's like an intellectual property thing. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out or whatever like that. Shady boots. We shall see. Okay, we shall see how it plays out. All right. Okay. All right. So let me tell you guys. I know y'all have not been living under a rock. I would have pictures up, but you know what? This was just like, hey, I'm gonna just go live, whatever, whatever. But let me tell you something. It is a trial going on right now. The Murdoch's murders, okay? It's on Crime and Law TV, uh, network or whatever, or Court TV. So let me give y'all the remix of it all, okay? So, all right, this is what happened. So, a couple years ago, in 2021, okay, I think in 2020, yeah, 2020, 2021, this man, Alec Murdaugh, this is all alleged because he is on trial now. You're supposed to be, innocent until proven guilty because the state have the burden of proof. Hey, the state has the burden of proof. Hey, the state have the burden of proof of this, right? So this is what happened. So in June of 2021, this man called 911 after around 10 o'clock because his family, yes, let me tell you the murder. Yes, let me tell you. All right, so let me say, because this man, because he had reported his wife, his son was murdered, okay? Make sure y'all say hi to everybody. Be good to everybody because we got some top tier people in here, all right? Make sure you hit the like and everything like that. Okay, so listen. So, now the Murdoch family has been in this community and been the pillar of this community for over 100 years, okay? From lawyer to lawyer to lawyer, being the city solicitor, trying all the case. Very powerful family in this small town in South Carolina, right? So if they've been in power for over 100 years. Great grandfather, grandfather, son, brothers, whatever, attorneys running the whole thing. So when something goes down, anything goes down, they have influence and power over this little town. So prior to the son and his wife, he found them, unalived and everything like that. The son that was murdered, he was in a boating accident. And prior to the early in the day in the boating accident, he had his brother, his older brother, because they both are gingers. He took his brother's ID, went and got some beer, had his dad boat on the back of his car, put the boat in the water. They was drinking and all that stuff, and he was driving the boat, and he was being he's the son of a very powerful man with a very powerful family. And allegedly, this is all allegedly, he was driving a boat and he was speeding, and it was nighttime and they were drinking, and he hit a pillar, and one of the young ladies, he hit it so hard that one of the young ladies fell off the boat and she passed away. They couldn't find her for a couple. They found her like on the third day or whatever like that. So, but the thing about it is that when everybody, there were some injuries, and when his son was in the hospital, you can see that, because you can see it on the look. You can look this up. You can see it when his son was in the hospital getting treated. He was being irate and disrespectful to the nurses and everything like that, because he's entitled. You know what I'm saying? So instead of the fathers going to go checking around and everything, the one that's on trial now, he went to all the kids and didn't ask them how they was doing, but try to get their story straight about don't say you don't know who was driving the boat, blase blase blah. And I'm telling you this right now because fast forward to later on, his son goes to court. His son finally get charged, and all these lawsuits started. All these wrongful death lawsuits came up against him. Fast forward to the murders of the wife and the son that was allegedly responsible for the boat accident. This man turns off his phone, goes down allegedly. This is the timeline that I've been watching. Allegedly goes down to the Kettles where the wife and the son is. Now, mind you, the wife had no intentions or coming back to the that house, because they had two homes, and she didn't like staying in that part of the city because of all the things that was going on with Paul. So she liked the other house that she was staying in. So the house manager, she went down there to be with her husband to see the father because the father is growing ill or whatever like that, and the mother is getting ill too. But she goes down to the Kettles where they keep their dogs, because according to the courts, the dogs are not allowed in the house. So they at the Kettles putting the dogs away or whatever like that. Homeboy said he woke up he ate dinner, woke up from his nap, then he went on ahead and went to go see his, he left out the house and went on ahead and he called his wife. She didn't answer. Then he went over to his mother's house to go check on her. That was suspicious because the caregiver was like, why is he coming over here this late? And then, this is go back to what I'm saying, he told the caregiver, he was like, if anybody asks you, I was here for 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes. But he was only there for 19 minutes. How do we know? Because the cell phone tower ping, ping, ping had gave a point of reference of where he was. So, he leaves his mother's house. He gets over his mother's house. Go back home. Ride down to the Kettles because he was like, he called his wife and didn't hear from her. But mind you, his phone was turned off until he was on his way to his mother's house. Because he turned his phone off when he went down to the Kettles. All right, so listen. Leaves mom's house, go back to his house, and instead of him going to a certain way, go straight to the main house, he stopped at the Kettles all of a sudden because he was like, when he left his wife, that's where they said they were earlier. So he just went back there to see him. As soon as he get there, he called 911. But this is not what he said at the 911 thing. This is what he said he did. He came home. He saw his wife and his son unalived. He ran up. He called 911. Then he ran up to the house and got a shotgun. When 911 got there, this is all on dash cam. He was like, "I just want you to know, is they alive? I think they're gone. Is they dead?" And then he was on the phone, calling everybody like, "I think they dead." Told the police that's a shotgun because when I saw them there, I didn't know what to do, so I ran back home to go get a shotgun. Listen, bruh. There's no there's a digital footprint. And the digital footprint tells you if you're running, driving, walking, or whatever like that. It said that when he rode up to his house, he called 911 within 20 seconds. That's what the digital print said. Because it was pinged to when he got to the house, his phone. But he didn't say that. So it took him 20 seconds. Only 20 seconds. Got out the car and saw his family. Was like, 20 seconds. And then he called 911. But when 911 got there, he said he went and got a gun because he wasn't sure if anybody was there. Then, what make it suspicious is that when 911 got there, he telling all kinds of stories like, telling a story, They're dead, right? Oh no, they're dead. He like, I'm on the phone right now with my brother right now. He was like, I went to my mom's house and my son, and I wanted to go check on my mom, and I came here, and there they going, and you know what? My son was in a boat accident, and I know he was getting threats. All this while his wife and his son are unalive, like gunshot wound to the head. Okay? He can do all this. Now we can't say like when somebody in shock, but the man ain't crying. He had crocodile tears, as they said. It wasn't nothing come out of his eyeballs, and then he had a whole thing. If you watch the dash cam, he's giving his alibi. He's established his alibi with the officer, instead of sitting there saying, "Oh, my son." He said, "I touched the phone, but I didn't know what to do with the phone. I tried to lift him, turn him over." They said that he shot him in the back, and then on the side of, and then underneath his arm, that it traveled to the back of his head, and his skull splattered all over the place. Shot him twice. The wife tried to run. He shot her once. She fell down, and then it was another kill shot at the back of her head with 2 different guns. But never once did he say that he was afraid. Never once did he say, "Go get my other son because I'm afraid because the killers are still out there." I'm telling you, it's adding up. He's alleged. This is all alleged, but I'm just these are the facts. But he is, innocent until proven guilty. But the facts in the evidence, and this is all circumstantial because we don't have an eyewitness or anything like that. So, but another thing, the caregiver testified that he came and told her to tell them, if anybody asks, I was here for this certain amount of time. That was a lie. Then he changed his clothes. You know how we changed his clothes? Oh, he said he was never in the kennels. Guess what happened? The son was on Snapchat, and you hear his ass right there, right then and there. And you know when they established when when the murders took place? Because Paul was Snapchatting his friend because his friend dog was staying at their kettle, so he was sending them a picture and a video of the pup, of the fur baby. I think it was a regular dog. I think it was like an adult dog, of the tail. And when the tail of the tail, and you can hear Alec in the background saying "Bubba, Bubba." And then he was texting his friend about his dog. The friend dog, the dog was staying at the kettle. And then he was texting back and forth his little boo thing. And they was talking about date night, what movie they were about to watch. And he was, and they was trying to come up with a movie to watch. Their phone went dead silent after that. No response, no responding to the chat, no responding to the text messages or whatever like that. Because even a friend was like, "Yo, what's up?" Like, "Hey, you're not responding to me." After that, and this was like 8:49. That was the last time that he was active on his phone. At 8:50 was the last time that phone was locked indefinitely. And then so happened, her phone was thrown somewhere on the premises. But before the phone was thrown out on the premises, he deleted some of the ingoing and outgoing calls. But he's so dumb, you can still see it in the call log. Let me tell you, this is a whole mess. This is a whole mess. I'm telling you guys, you gotta watch this. Though. You gotta watch it. I need to see what's going on with him. I need to see. I finished need to see. This case been going on for like 20 days. Some of it was kangaroo court and some of it was real court. But it's just something worth to watch. I'm telling you. And the thing about it is that I think one of the defense listen, and in the defense, they're trying to say that they didn't look for no one else. They didn't look for no one else. They only was the target. He wasn't an intended target. I mean, intended suspect at first because they didn't bag his hands to see if he had gunshot residue on there. They didn't take his clothes. You know what I'm saying? They didn't interrogate him really the first day to question him. None of that. But his behavior was telling. His timeline of him lying was telling. He said he was never at the kettles, and boom, there they go. Then all of a sudden, his phone was dead during the times he was at the kettle because he didn't take it with him. And don't forget, the son had sent a Snapchat of what he had earlier that day, and he put on the Snapchat. And then later on, when he found the wife, he had on sneakers, shorts, and a T-shirt. But guess what? The house manager, she went the next day to clean up, that night to clean up. And he had clothes all on the floor, a damp towel from the shower. And then he had his T-shirt and shirts. It looked like she said it was some of his T-shirts and shirts fell out the closet, fell onto the floor as if he grabbed something and just real quick and it fell on the floor and didn't pick it up. It's never usually like that. Why would she lie, Craig? Why would she lie? So let me tell you guys, this is something I'm telling you. Top tier. This is top tier entertainment. But anyway, let me tell you what your thoughts are. You gonna follow this, or you just want me to give you my 2 cents about this show, about this murder case of Alex, the Murtaugh murders. This man is innocent until proven guilty, but it seems like the prosecution is given the burden of proof. However, in South Carolina, this courtroom, they need to get up a little bit more technology because when they were showing some of the exhibits, they didn't have on gloves, touching stuff without gloves, and the lawyers was touching the witnesses and all that stuff. Like, they were just doing too much. Like, they need to stand back at the podium, use technology to show the exhibits and all that. I mean, it was just way too much. But anyway, I just want to thank Red Label for trying to come up here. Thank you, Levon, for trying to come up there. You had some technical difficulties. I don't know what was going on, sir. But the last time you was up here, it was top tier. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. But again, I will be back probably tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday. I was going to talk about dating tonight, but hey, it's been 52 minutes. And this just gotta go. I got work tomorrow, and I gotta get ready, and I'm tired. So until until next time, maybe I'll talk about dating tomorrow. Hopefully, my guest won't be half naked, and and can join me and tell me about what's going on with their lives, whatever they want to share. Until next time, make sure you take care of yourself. Take care. Be good to you. Put the popcorns in the chat. Put the popcorns in the chat. Until next time, you guys. I love y'all. Bye.